No fewer than 12 world champions have been crowned at Suzuka, but who will be tasting glory today at the checkered flag? We're approaching lights out, and we can't wait for the Japanese Grand Prix. We're southwest of the city of Nagoya today at the unique figure-of-8 Suzuka circuit. 3.6 miles and 18 corners make up a lap here, with average speeds approaching 136 miles per hour. DRS will be available, of course, into the potential passing opportunity at turn 1, although the best place for overtaking will be through 130R and into the final chicane. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Oscar Piastri, Verstappen, Perez, Norris, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Ricciardo, Gasly, Stroll, Magnussen, Russell, Hülkenberg, Albon, Bottas, Tsunoda, Zhou, Ocon, and Logan Sargent. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And joining me once again in the commentary box today is, of course, former World Endurance Champion Anthony Davidson. Now I want to talk to you about Carlos Sainz.
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? And apart from that, keep an eye out for anyone getting a good launch from the midfield. You see it happen from time to time, and it can really throw a spanner into the races of the quicker cars and push them into a more risky strategy.
So the formation lap gets underway here in Japan. This circuit is one of the favourites amongst the drivers, and I'm sure each and every one of them is looking forward to the race ahead. All of them hoping they can leave Suzuka on a high note.
Qualified 22nd, fared the best, finishing in 9th place, 2 laps behind Prix.
We got the 5 red lights now coming on for the 2024 Japanese Grand Prix as Sainz and Charles Leclerc lock out the front row. It's a long 5 lights and away we go. Sainz got so much wheel spin as Oscar Piastri is going around the outside of Sainz and Charles Leclerc, and there goes Perez going around the outside of Charles Leclerc as Oscar Piastri takes the lead heading into turn 1 here in Japan. What a great start from the young McLaren driver with Sainz in P2. Leclerc is down to 3rd. I mean, that's down 1 spot. He's got both Red Bulls of Perez and Verstappen on softs behind him, so he's going to have to watch out. Perez and Verstappen are going to be so quick. Surprised Perez got a better start than Verstappen, but what a start there from Oscar Piastri as he goes from 3rd to 1st after a great qualifying, I have to say. Mega job on those mediums to get out in front of Sainz and Charles Leclerc. The Ferraris and Red Bulls definitely look like the 2 dominant cars for today. We'll see what Piastri can do, and maybe he can hold up the field for quite a few laps here. Doesn't look like there's a lot of battling. Never mind, there is a battle right now between Stroll and Daniel Ricciardo. Ricciardo had a great qualifying. Yuki Tsunoda, quite poor, not gonna lie, not the best qualifying I've ever seen from him. Gasly's running in 11th. George Russell had a poor start. He's down in the 12th. We'll take a look at the start replay in just a few minutes here. K-Mag and Hülkenberg looking like they're running pretty good. Tsunoda's in 15th in the V-Carb. Albon's running in 16th. Ocon 17th. Both state cars, they're looking like the worst car this weekend. P18 and P19 for them. And Logan Sargent P20. But Oscar Piastri still in the lead where he got, I believe, his maiden podium last year, I think it was. Or one of his few podiums. Great job, Oscar Piastri. No pressure, by the way, as you got 2-time race winner Carlos Sainz, 5-time race winner Charles Leclerc, 6-time race winner Perez, and 3-time world champion Verstappen behind him. Yeah, no pressure at all. We're gonna ride on board with Oscar Piastri here to see his start to the race as he, let's see, with the 5 lights coming on, he just got a great initial launch, and then the secondary phase of launch just got so much grip on the outside there as Sainz had a really horrible start. That sucks for him there. We're gonna take a look at Verstappen here as he was starting in 4th. He ended up going down to 5th, and on those softs, he just had a terrible launch. I don't know what happened there. That sucks for him. So did Sainz, also had a terrible launch as well. But yeah, Verstappen, I thought he would have been a great starter there on softs, and same with Perez, but Leclerc just runs him just off the track there. Great move there for Charles to get ahead of the Red Bull. DRS is enabled this lap here as Piastri is really getting hounded by Carlos Sainz. Doesn't look like the McLaren has the race pace to keep up with the top two teams of Ferrari and Red Bull today. But we'll see what Piastri can do. He's just kind of chilling. I think it'll take a couple laps maybe for Ferrari to charge their batteries up, because, you know, they all go full beans in the first couple laps here. Sainz only 2/10 back. Leclerc's just giving Sainz a little bit of space as he's holding up Verstappen and Perez. I mean, that's kind of hard to do, holding up both the Red Bulls. They've won every race pretty much since Singapore last year. Hamilton, he's doing all right. He's running in P6 in that Mercedes. They also don't have the best race pace, but, you know, they're just kind of chilling out. Then we got Norris, Alonso, Ricciardo. He's just flip-flopping with Lance Stroll right now, just kind of flying the flag for B-Carb. And then there's getting a big gap here between 10th and 11th. So it looks like if it stays like this top 10 will be the top 10 that scores points. Who really knows? George Russell's got a lot of pace in that Mercedes. He's stuck behind Gasly right now. He really needs the DRS to get past him. On to lap 6 here as Sainz is still within DRS of Piastri. I thought he would have had him by now, but he's just stuck behind Piastri. That looks like that the McLaren straight line speed is looking pretty good as Piastri went a little bit deep into that corner there. That's going to leave an opening for Sainz to get real close to him there. Both Red Bulls drop back just a little bit as Charles Leclerc's now starting to push, it looks like. Maybe he knows that Sainz is trying to make a move on Piastri, and maybe he can try to capitalize after Sainz makes the move here. Or even if he does make the move at all, looks like it is going to be a one-stop race today from, I think the Ferraris are going to go mediums to hards, and then everybody else on the softs is going to go soft to medium. Sucks that the Ferrari's tire wear is that bad, but, you know, whatever, it happens. Happens every year. Whatever, nothing you can do about it. But yeah, Piastri still holding the lead to this race. Not really any overtakes right now, so we're going to stick on the front of the field here. Yeah, it's really not the most thrilling, but I think Sainz is really hounding down Oscar Piastri here. Doesn't look like Piastri's got anything to defend the Ferrari besides straight line speed. But once he's out of overtake mode, it's not looking pretty good for Piastri as Sainz is literally pushing him through these corners here. He might even make the move here through 130R, and he's already trying to make the move through 130R. Oh, I did not expect this to happen. This could be a daring move from Sainz as he got a great exit, and looks like he's going to make the move stick. Sainz side by side through 130R. Oh, that was so tight as they're going into the final little chicane here. Sainz and Oscar Piastri. Oh, Sainz, no contact. Clean move on Piastri. Let's see if Charles Leclerc now can make a move on Piastri going into turn 1. Or can Oscar Piastri fight back? He's within literally a quarter of a second here. He might be able to make the move to re-overtake Carlos Sainz. This could be huge for Sainz if he can defend. It looks like he did. He broke later than Piastri to take the lead of the Grand Prix here. At the end of lap 7, Charles Leclerc is really close to Piastri as Piastri is already fallen out of a second of Carlos Sainz, and Charles Leclerc looks like he's going to make the move to move up into P2, make it pretty easy, even with Piastri having DRS somehow. I don't know how, he was definitely over a second behind, but Charles Leclerc now is going after Carlos Sainz for the lead of the Grand Prix, and possibly the race win, because the Red Bulls don't look as racy as I thought they would here. You know, they absolutely dominated here in 2023, but it looks like in 2024, I mean, Verstappen is stuck behind Perez, I'll give him that. Perez definitely not the racier of the two Red Bulls. Perez got to make a move now on Piastri, unless Verstappen can make a move on Perez. That could be quite interesting, but I don't know if they would allow that to happen. I'm sure they would, knowing Red Bull, but yeah. On lap 9, looks like they are going to let the two Red Bulls fight as Verstappen's trying to overtake Perez, because Perez clearly can't overtake Piastri on his own. So there goes Verstappen up into P4, no surprise there. He did qualify higher than Perez. Perez just got a better start. But we're going to see Verstappen now try to overtake Oscar Piastri. Now on to lap 10. Charles Leclerc is right on the back of Carlos Sainz, going for the lead of this race. And Max Verstappen is also right on the back of Piastri. Looks like we're going to have a swap maybe for the lead and for P3. This could get really spicy. Let's ride on board with Charles Leclerc. He is so close, under a tenth, almost under 2/10 of a second. He's going around the inside of Carlos Sainz to take the lead. As you can see in the back, Max Verstappen did overtake Oscar Piastri. He's in the third, chasing after both of the Ferraris now. Can the Ferraris play some little bit of tactics here to stay ahead of Verstappen, or will they get overtaken by the 3-time world champion and the guy in the best car? That's Max Verstappen there. We'll see what happens, but Charles Leclerc is now in the lead. Maybe he's definitely quicker than Sainz. Maybe Sainz will stay within his DRS to make it very hard for Verstappen to overtake, but we will see. Looks like Piastri's tires are just wearing out. Perez will probably overtake him next lap. Hamilton's fallen back just a little bit from these guys. Same with Lando Norris. He's stuck behind Hamilton. I don't know how that's going to work out. Alonso and Stroll are 8th and 9th here. Ricciardo Ricciardo's still flying the flag in P10, but George Russell cleared the other guys, so he's up into P11 looking to overtake Daniel Ricciardo for P10. Gasly holding up a train here in 12th. K-Megs in 13th, Tsunoda 14th, Hulkenberg is in 15th, Albon 16th, Ocon in 17th. He fell back a little bit. The Alpine is so slow. Sargent's 18th, and then Bottas and Zhou are 19th and 20th in that terrible state car. But we'll see. Verstappen's already on the back of Carlos Sainz here. We'll see what happens, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to overtake. Because Sainz does have slipstream. And look at this, Perez trying to overtake Oscar Piastri here around the outside of 130R. Oh my goodness, that is so tight. You never see guys. I mean, you see it sometimes. You know, we had a Alonso-Michael Schumacher battle back in the day there. But damn, what an overtake by Perez to move him up into P4. And looks like Max Verstappen is coming into the pits here. I did not think he'd be coming in this early, but he's going to be going on to the mediums. Is he going to get held up in the pits? Just a little bit. He just got held up a little bit here. Good stop there from the Red Bull guys. That also means that Norris and Hamilton are also coming into the pits. So we're going to see if Verstappen can do an undercut on Sainz and Charles Leclerc. But let's go back to Verstappen, see where he comes out. Is he going to come out in a train or is he going to come out in clean air? Looks like he is going to come out in a little bit of a train. He's got like maybe 2 seconds to catch up, but he's going to do that on this lap alone. So this could be a little bit poor for Verstappen. Maybe they should have left him out a little bit longer to clear that little back marker train there. But we'll see what happens. See if Verstappen can overtake these guys really quick. And then after, we'll see if what the Ferraris can do. As Leclerc looks like he's definitely quicker than Carlos Sainz. So we'll give him that. Perez, he's got to gain a 2-second gap here to gain up to Sainz. We got Piastri, Stroll, Russell. And everybody's running pretty good so far. Charles Leclerc is reporting that he's going to be boxing this lap, same as Sergio Perez. So I think Sainz is probably going to stay out for one more lap here. Here goes Charles Leclerc into the pits. This could be huge. We'll stay on board with Verstappen after, but Charles Leclerc is coming in the lead from the race with Perez coming in right after him. Hopefully he doesn't get held up. Doesn't look like he will. Nobody else is coming into the pits. Great stop there for Ferrari as Charles Leclerc gets out. Perez has a little bit of a slow stop, it looks like. I don't know, that seemed pretty slow in my opinion. But Verstappen did overtake one of the state cars. I don't think he's going to get out ahead of Charles Leclerc as he's stuck in this train. Where's Charles Leclerc going to come out? He's exiting the pits right now. There's Verstappen. You can see him in the back with the green cars. He's overtaking one of them. Looks like he's overtaking Bottas. And Charles Leclerc is still going to look like he's going to remain in the lead of the race here. He's on hards until the end of this race. And Max Verstappen, he's still stuck behind Logan Sargent. That's not looking good for him. He's going to be stuck behind him pretty much the whole first sector. That's going to give Charles Leclerc time to warm up these hards and get away. Where's Sergio Perez? He's down behind Hamilton. That's not good for his race because Hamilton did a little bit of an undercut on Perez there. That sucks for Sergio Perez. He's in between this fight with Norris and Hamilton. Now it's all eyes are on Carlos Sainz. Can he put in a good in-lap to get out ahead of Charles Leclerc, Sargent, and Verstappen? We'll have to see here, as Leclerc now is going to be on the back of Alex Albon. That's going to be holding up a lot of time. We got Albon, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda. All these guys are going to be holding up Charles Leclerc. This could be huge now for Carlos Sainz and maybe even Oscar Piastri to get back in the lead of this race. We'll have to see. But Carlos Sainz is going to be coming in at the end of this lap here, so we'll see how he goes. Maybe Ferrari can give him a good stop, see if he can get out ahead of Leclerc. Definitely, hopefully, he gets out ahead of Verstappen. That'll be huge, as Verstappen is still stuck behind Logan Sargent. He's probably going to make the move here as he gets a great exit. So does Sergio Perez on Lewis Hamilton. He's going to overtake Sargent with ease, but what can Perez do on Lewis Hamilton here, as Hamilton is literally sandwiched between Perez and the state cars. Perez looks like he makes 2 overtakes in 130R. Great move there for Sergio Perez. Got to give him that. Now we got Charles Leclerc. Perez is in the pits. Charles Leclerc is already overtaking Alex Albon. Where's Carlos Sainz? He's leaving the pits now. There's Charles Leclerc as Leclerc easily gets out ahead in the lead of this Grand Prix with Sainz in P2 and Max Verstappen. He's in 3rd. We got Albon. Did he start on hard? No, he's still on his original medium, so he's a little bit of a buffer guy. Probably going to pit at the end of this lap here. And we'll see what happens. Now into lap 18, Albon just came in on lap 17, but we're going to run through the order here as Charles Leclerc has a 2-second lead now with about 10 laps to go here in Japan. Sainz is in P2. It's a 1-2 for Ferrari currently, but Max Verstappen certainly is not going to allow that as he is absolutely flying, setting pretty much purple lap after purple lap. Max Verstappen is just straight sending it right now. Sergio Perez, he overtook Hamilton as we saw before. He's running in 4th. I don't think he's going to be a factor in today's race. Hamilton is running in 5th with Piastri running in 6th. Alonso is just chilling in 7th. Lando Norris having quite a poor race. He is in 8th. Daniel Ricciardo doing pretty well in P9. George Russell is right behind Ricciardo in P10, but I hear Ricciardo has to fuel save, So we'll see what happens there. As you can see, he's lifting and coasting right now. K-Mag is running in P11 for Haas. That's huge for them. He's 7 seconds back, though. I don't think he'll be able to do anything today. Gasly is running in 12th. Sonoda right behind Gasly in 13th. Nico Hulkenberg, he's chilling in 14th. Albon, he's going on softs to the end. He did medium soft in today's race. What an interesting strategy. We'll see how that plays out. Ocon, he's running in P16. Sargent's in 17th. Bottas in 18th. Zhou Guanyu in 19th. And Stroll had wing damage, so he had to pit again. He's running into P20. Max, on lap 24, Max Verstappen's getting really close to Carlos Sainz, and Carlos Sainz is also getting really close to Charles Leclerc. I don't know if Leclerc is slowing up to help Carlos Sainz have DRS. Maybe they can do a little bit of DRS chicken here with Max Verstappen to keep Sainz ahead, but Verstappen is definitely the fastest car on track, especially in clean air right now. It's going to take some Ferrari tactics to keep this 1-2, as they are way ahead of Sergio Perez. Both Ferraris are faster than Perez, but Verstappen is faster than both Ferraris right now, as Verstappen is hounding the back of Carlos Sainz. Doesn't look like Leclerc slowing up enough to give Verstappen, or to give Sainz the DRS, so it looks like it's probably going to be a slam dunk overtake here for Max Verstappen heading into the 25th out of 27th lap. I don't know if it'll be enough for Verstappen to catch Leclerc, but he can definitely get P2 today, as here goes Max Verstappen with DRS. He's going down the inside. Sainz is going to try and defend this as much as he can. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough, as Verstappen is now up to P2, and those medium tires are working so well for that Red Bull. We'll see what Verstappen can do today, but can he catch Charles Leclerc? He's got 1.6 seconds to gain in about a lap and a half here. Can Verstappen overtake Charles Leclerc? We'll have to see. We'll come back to that, as there's a battle between Logan Sargent right now and Nico Hulkenberg through 130R. These guys are battling for P15. I don't know what's going on, but they're looking pretty slow. Albon has really not made any gains on those soft tires. Looks like Hamilton did overtake Alonso for P6. That's pretty huge for his race. Piastri's running alone in 5th. Perez, like I said, 6 seconds back and forth. Sainz is going to try to put the pressure on Verstappen. I don't know if it's going to be enough, as Verstappen really only gained a 10th, maybe 2/10 this lap. I guess he kind of killed his battery while fighting Sainz. See if he can make a move on the last lap to try to catch up to Leclerc here. As we're now entering the last lap of this Grand Prix, as Charles Leclerc still has a 1.3 second gap. Looks like he's likely going to come out on top here in Japan. This could be Ferrari's first race win since Singapore 2023, and Charles Leclerc's first win since Austria 2022. I agree, he's probably deserved a race win here or there before that, but hey, this could be huge for the Scuderia, as this was one of Red Bull's most dominant tracks last year, and if they can come out on top of Red Bull, that could be huge, as Verstappen is now almost within a second. He's straight pushing right now on those medium tires to catch up to Leclerc. Put pressure on him, see if Charles Leclerc makes a mistake. There's really no other overtaking spots besides the last corner and through 130R, but Max Verstappen definitely is not close enough to make a move on those corners, though. We'll ride on board with Max Verstappen, as he's still a second. I don't know, Charles Leclerc looks like he's pushing for the fastest lap as well right now. Both guys are absolutely sending it. This is a huge battle for 14th. Don't really care about that, as we're watching Ferrari win a race for the first time in this series so far. It is race 4 of the year. Did not think Ferrari would be winning a race this early, as after they had a great qualifying between Sainz and Charles Leclerc, blocking out the front row of the grid. We knew it was going to be tough for them to defend Max Verstappen all race. Verstappen got a horrible start, but we'll see as Charles Leclerc comes out of the final chicane here to round the final quarter, and it is going to be parties in Maranello today, as Charles Leclerc wins in Japan, taking his first win since Austria 2022, with Verstappen in second, and Carlos Sainz in third. What a race from these top three. Sergio Perez comes out in 4th, with Oscar Piastri, after leading a bunch of this Grand Prix, he finishes 5th in the McLaren. Lewis Hamilton is going to come across the line in 6th, with Alonso 7th, Lando Norris 8th, George Russell in P9, and take a bow, Daniel Ricciardo. He's getting points for Visa Cash App Racing Bulls, coming across the line in P10.
Another action-packed Japanese Grand Prix comes to an end, and a magnificent drive to take the win today. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.